Stay curious. Stay connected.
Welcome to the Gen AI Africa podcast, where we decode the future, spotlight African innovations, and amplify youth voices that are shaping Africa's digital future, from digital creators Ghana to digital innovations labs. We are, of course, yes, as I said, we're amplifying youth voices that are shaping Africa's digital future. I'm your host, Wingile Filana, and of course, as well as you know that I'm not alone. I'm with Tulani, the host of the host. So, in our previous episode, we were looking at AI tools that are accessible to African youth, and we were joined by Zephania Ruben, our guest. We say he's our permanent guest because he's always available for us to have a meaningful conversation. And we also looked at the power of youth in co-creating Africa's digital future. And you know what? Today, if you haven't checked our previous episode, don't forget to go to our Gen AI Africa podcast channel and check it, subscribe and like and comment, share your express or your inputs, your comments about our previous episode. And today we are moving to a more exciting initiative that is happening in Africa. You know what? We are your plug because we are always connecting you to AI and innovation opportunities, because you know that we are youth focused, and we want you to get connected in terms of what is trending, latest trends when it comes to AI and innovation in Africa. As I said, that today we are focusing on more exciting initiative that is happening in the continent, a continental innovation challenge, because you know what, we advocate for cross-border collaboration, because we believe that if we are aligning our efforts and working collaboratively, we are going to shape a vibrant and sustainable Africa's AI digital innovation ecosystem. And today, of course, we are joined by a very special guest from Tanzania. Our previous guest was also from Tanzania. It means Tanzania is giving. So yes, we are joined by a very special guest from Tanzania, Dr. Matogoro Jabhera. I hope I'm pronouncing your surname and your name correctly, Doc. Explorers will forgive me. I hope I'm not butchering his surname. Doc, welcome to the Gen AI Africa podcast. How are you today?
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm doing great. I'm very excited to be part of this conversation, and this is a great opportunity for me to share my experience. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We are so honored and privileged to be joined by you, because you know what, with Gen AI Africa podcast is a youth platform. So we are always excited when we have someone from eldership, please. Someone who's going to share knowledge and wisdom with us. As I said, yes, we are going to be looking at inside Africa's AI innovation ecosystem, and we are focusing on AfriAI Lab Innovation Challenge 2026. I said yes, it is the biggest continental innovation challenge, and some people will be like, what happens after the innovation challenge? So we are going to hear more from the organizer, or Dr. Matogoro Jabhera, who's the organizer, and he's the lecturer from Dodoma University College of Virtual Education and Informatics. So we are going to hear more. as I said, we are connecting you to what is happening within the innovation ecosystem in Africa. And because why we want to dismiss a narrative that Africa can innovate its future. So yes, if you've just joined us, you are listening to the Gen AI Africa podcast, where the future speaks African. Doc, if we can start, can you please tell us about AfriAI Lab? Because I know that it is now a continental lab for AI research and also accelerating digital innovations and digital skills in Africa. Can you tell us about the vision behind the AfriAI Lab before we get into the innovation challenge?
Yes, thank you so much, Bangoki, and I think I really appreciate for joining this podcast today. And just for information, the AfriAI Research Lab is the African Artificial Intelligence Lab. It's a lab co-hosted by the University of Dodoma in Dodoma and the Nelson Mandela African Institution of Science and Technology in Arusha. We are working to address issues related to artificial intelligence. And for us, we are working to address 4 issues. One is to bridge what we call the human capital. That means in order for African to contribute to the artificial intelligence ecosystem, we need to support the capacity building for the African youth. Second, we understand AI systems or platforms require massive data sets, but we understand there is a challenge having the quality African origin data sets. So AfriAI is working towards addressing, unlocking challenge related to African origin data sets. Third, as a lab, as a research lab, we understand in order for innovator, a researcher, to train AI model, they require high computing infrastructure like GPU. The AfriAI Research Lab has put a free access GPU infrastructure for anyone in Africa to request and get access to use our infrastructure at free, no cost. Fourth, as the African Research Lab, we understand it is important to build inclusive AI solution. That's why gender issues are very critical components for our research lab. We started in 2021 with the financial support from IDRC and the CEDA, and over recently being joined by UK FCDO. This is the program through African Artificial Intelligence for Development program. We are so excited to share our experience, but so far, we have contributed so much in the African region to push forward artificial intelligence agenda in Africa. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Doc. Oh, wow, that was like inspiring. And I hope many explorers are actually enjoying this conversation. Whether you are a developer, innovator, policymaker, or expert, this episode is definitely for you. And we are now going to deep dive into AI Lab Innovation Challenge. I know that
I have a couple of questions for Doc, because this is, I didn't know that this is accessible throughout the entire African continent. I thought this was just in Tanzania, so it's very intriguing for me. Like the moment you said free GPU, really got my attention.
You.
So how do we go through the process of being part of the AI AfriLab? Lab? What are the requirements? What do you, do I need to have a company registered? Can I come as an individual? And what happens to, let's say I develop proprietary technology? What happens to that proprietary technology? Does a percentage of it go to AfriAI, AfriAI Lab, sorry, and how? Yeah, I just want to understand the dynamics from a point of view of like an entrepreneur or a student.
Yes, thank you so much. Am I audible?
Yes, you are, Doug.
Yes, thank you so much. Just for information, the AfriAI Research Lab is an initiative, the flagship African initiatives where, for example, if you want access to GPU, you just send us an email. We understand researchers are struggling with the computing resources, innovators. So what you can do, you just send us an email, then our team will create. And I'm the one responding to this infrastructure. So in the lab, I'm the lab and a training coordinator, where we do handle all of these kind of infrastructure. So for anyone in Africa to have access to our GPU infrastructure, I just send an email to Jabhera Matogoro at udom.ac.tz. Probably I will share more on that as we move forward. Thank you.
Okay, so I send the email.
Thank you so much, Doug. Atolani, do you have another follow-up question?
Yeah, I do actually. So I send an email, and you accept my my access to a resource, and I get the resource. I get the GPUs. So what does that mean? Does that mean that I have to now? Do you own the intellectual property? Is there a split in the intellectual property that I get to develop on that resource?
No, so the GPU is just what we do. We create an environment for you to train your model. And then once you train your model, you can now deploy the model for the users to access the model. So for us, we don't demand anything, where we understand people are contributing, addressing the most pressing challenges facing the African region. So for us, we are here just to put an enabling environment for researchers and innovators to develop AI-based solution in the African context.
Oh wow. Thanks, Doc. Thanks for the clarity.
Yes, if we can look at the Agenda 2063, Doc, because, we always have to work towards achieving the continental goals. So how do you think this AfriAI Innovation Challenge 2026 will contribute to Africa's AI innovation ecosystem and also Agenda 2063?
Yes, so when you read more on the Agenda 2063, you understand that it is all about a digital transformation. And when we mention the digital transformation, much emphasis is given on the use of artificial intelligence and other emerging technologies. So for us, we don't want African just to be the consumer of the technology, but we really want to contribute on developing innovative solutions that address challenges in the African context. And that's why we are putting much effort on supporting our people, training our people. We do offer master's and PhD program. We do conduct short courses. We do conduct workshops and seminars for policymakers. All of this is toward realization of Agenda 2063, which is spearheaded by the digital transformation, supported by artificial intelligence and other emerging technologies. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Doctor. In terms of the AfriAI Lab Innovation Challenge, I know that maybe the closing date, I think I may be correct or may be incorrect. The call was out and the closing date was on the 28th of February, and you had also an information session. Can you tell us now what is going to follow after the information session, and why it is important for innovators to think about scalability potential, cross-border scalability potential, because the challenges that we are facing in South Africa or maybe in Zimbabwe are the same challenges that in Namibia they are experiencing. So in terms of cross-border collaboration or cross-border scalability, why that is important for this innovation challenge?
Yes, so we received a number of wonderful innovation idea and some of the prototype solutions that were submitted. And we are now currently in a selection phase where the best two innovative solutions will be selected and will be given seed funding and also support for mentorship. Just for information, our call are focused on two thematic areas. This is healthcare and agriculture. We understand in order to contribute toward economical development and toward achieving UN Sustainable Development Goals, healthcare is one of the critical requirements. But also, the African context, we are working toward feeding the other continents. And that's why agriculture has also been given a priority for us. So for information, we received more than 40 applications. And on these applications, when we are focusing in terms of gender, so female were around 31%, and males were around 69%. So you can still see gender inequalities in terms of AI uptake. We would appreciate having 50-50, but it's always a challenge. So out of 40 applications that we received, only 31% are female applicants and 69 are male applicants. So you can still see males still outweigh females. And that's why in the vision and mission of the AfriAI is to work toward inclusive AI. But also, in terms of thematic area, we received around 38% of application in agriculture and 63% from healthcare. So that's why we still see that, yes, agriculture is good, but we also need to push more people to develop African origin solutions that address challenges in healthcare. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Doctor, about this information. I like the fact that you have sectors that we are focusing on, and I know that in many African countries we are having issues of access to healthcare. Even like in South Africa, there are currently tensions and conflicts between foreigners and citizens about access to healthcare. So it makes sense that for this innovation challenge, we are focusing on healthcare sector and also agriculture. When it comes to agriculture, I want to also understand if we're also looking at the issues of climate change, because you know that in Africa we always get shocked when we experience disasters, especially in South Africa, KwaZulu-Natal. So we always get shocked because we don't understand. Are you also going to look at that aspect of maybe having climate change in innovations that are actually addressing local challenges?
Yes, so climate change has been the most pressing challenge facing the African agriculture ecosystem. And we do encourage innovators to come up with solutions that will address issues related to climate change. I understand there are a number of use cases that are being developed in African context that address the issue of climate change, but we still need to do more in order to combat and address the challenge in the African context. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Doctor. We are always excited to learn about digital transformation initiatives, especially that are related to AI innovations in Africa. And we are hoping that our listeners and our explorers are actually gaining a lot today, because in our platform, we always make sure that we empower communities through information and knowledge sharing, especially in this time of AI. And I also want us, Doctor, to look at the issue of data. When these innovation challenges are happening, are they taking the shape of a hackathon where maybe innovators or participants will mine data and then give insights or trends about what they get on the data, and then also do policy recommendation? Is that the format, or they work and then submit?
No, I think this is different. We do have a hackathon, and just for information, it's going to be launched soon. We'll be having 2 hackathons this year. And the previous challenge that we announced was for innovation. For the innovation, what we focus is that the innovator will come up with an idea, but we will also support the innovator to get access to a primary data set or access to a retrospective data set, which can be used to train them on. And on top of access to data set, we will also support the mentorship, and also trying to link the innovators with other stakeholders within the AI ecosystem. Because, Bongekile, if someone is innovating in isolation, there are a lot of disconnected dots. And for us, we are trying to bridge the gap. We give access to resources, but also access to mentorship. And don't forget about the seed funding, which is approximately to 10 million Tanzania shillings. This is a seed funding for kickstarting the innovation, but also to have the minimum viable product to pilot before scaling to larger scale. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Doctor. Just also because we want to align with the Agenda 2063 of the African Union. So I know that AU released an AI strategy, which is a blueprint for African countries, member state countries, to develop their own national strategies. How do you see these developments actually assisting in creating a conducive and friendly environment for innovators, especially in the space of AI, to thrive within the innovation space?
Yeah, so in terms of policy and the uptake of AI in the African context, yes. Just for information, Bonke, most of our team are also involved on supporting the Tanzania AI strategy. And we have a number of team members from the lab who have contributed to a draft that is currently available. But also, most of us, we also participated on the development of the Tanzania National AI Guidelines in Education, and also healthcare framework, AI healthcare framework in Tanzania. But over recently, 2 members from the AfriAI Research Lab are currently working towards the East African artificial intelligence strategy. So you can imagine we are not just talking about AI, but we are also contributing to the development of enabling environment and policies to flourish AI agenda in Africa. And we are ready to support any other African countries which can require our support, because we have been in the industry for more than, as I mentioned, more than 5 years, since 2021 when we started as the research lab. But we have also developed a number of solutions that are currently available in the news. I'm not quite sure, Bonkire, if you have come across on one of the platforms that we developed. Is called AkiliCheck. You can just go to akilicheck.africa, where you can do a self-assessment on mental health condition. So this is something that we have developed and trained on the Tanzania African retrospective data set that has been massive data set that has been corrected in Tanzania. And our target is that the platform to have as many as possible data set from different African countries so that we can offer the service to the large audience. So this is a community-based AI tool that anyone can use to assess the mental health status. If you are facing depression, we can just support and give advice on what you can do to come out of the challenge that you are going on. Whether it's anxiety, whether it's bipolar, we have to support. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. And I know for a fact that I will be following this AfriAI Challenge Innovation, and I hope the African Union will actually send me to Tanzania and experience and engage with the innovators, because we believe in getting information directly from the people who are building Africa's future, which is the youth also. And we are actually grateful that you gave us your time today to have this introductory episode. We are planning to have more episodes and follow up, especially tell this story as well, and tell a story about this initiative, because we see it as the biggest and impactful continental innovation challenge. So we will be having some follow-ups, and we will also be needing some information as we continue. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thulani, I'm not sure if you have anything from your side.
Yeah, I think I do, but I don't know if it will be appropriate. It touches on you being a researcher as well, Doc. If you don't mind to just share a bit of experience with regards to that.
Yeah, maybe Bongikire, you mentioned you are finding a way to visit us, and just for information, we are planning to have our second international conference in Dar es Salaam in July from 22nd to 23rd. So this is a free international event where you can just register and join us. You can join us physical, or you can join us remotely. So this, I think, is an opportunity for any African user who cares about artificial intelligence and machine learning, and of course, we as also our colleague has mentioned, this is also a room to showcase AI innovation around African region, but also for the academia to present their finding. We understand people are currently doing research on various use cases on how African can leapfrog from the use of artificial intelligence. So this is a forum where anyone interested is invited to join us. And when you join the forum or the conference, you get access to a number of facilities, as I mentioned, mentorship, but also you interact with the AfriAI team on the ground. So I have just shared the link in the chat, just in case you might be interested. Please access the link and plan to join us. As I mentioned, we understand the Africa's digital evolution is accelerating through increased connectivity, the expansion of mobile infrastructure, but also the adoption of emerging technologies. And these are the issues that we need to discuss much as we are working toward Agenda 2063.
Thank you so much, Dr. for this information. We will definitely be in touch with you in terms of what we agreed on, especially with the African Union Information and Communication Directorate. But it's something that we know that we'll be reporting on for the continent to actually know about this initiative and look at it as is something that can also actually be even done in other regions like Southern Africa, because we don't have like a vibrant innovation ecosystem in Southern Africa. I know in South Africa we have a decadal innovation plan, but we don't have like something that is vibrant like this one. So we'll be keeping in touch with you. Especially next week. I think by next week we'll definitely communicate with you. Thank you so much for your time.
It was a great honor to join you today, and I'm looking forward to working with you in the future. Thank you so much. Anthony, welcome to Tanzania.
Thank you so much. Yes, I'm looking forward to come to Tanzania, whether for the summit or for the hackathons. Because I think for the hackathons, I like hackathons because that's where you get to see the demos, the prototypes. So I will be in touch with you, and we are, as I said, we are grateful for this, and also looking forward to strengthening our partnerships in terms of spotlighting Africa's and also amplifying voices that are working towards a vibrant Africa's innovation ecosystem. Thank you so much. And to our explorers, don't forget to like and subscribe for this episode. Until next time, see you.